All the details. All right. So let's see. Are you sure you want me to tell?
Yes.
Tell us
Somebody
much
tell.
better. All right.
You can start.
All right. So I'll start.
Yeah.
So this past Thursday, we were obviously in New York. We were just supposed to be on. Oh, you really taping something?
It's gonna be on
If you
YouTube in
start
about 5 minutes.
dancing, we'll put it on YouTube.
All
It'll be a big hit.
Yeah, I'll get a couple fast hits or
Go ahead.
whatever it is. All right. So we were in New York. We were obviously just on what we thought was a routine, or what she thought was a routine vacation, which it was for the first 2 days. We spent with her friends, staying at her friend's apartment, and then the plan was for the second 2 nights to stay at a hotel, which she did not know which one it was. We checked into the hotel, which was the Marriott Marquis, which she had previously told me she liked. So anyway, so we checked in there, and everything was still routine. And then the plan was that evening to go to dinner with Shara and Lee to see them, and just to have dinner at what happened to be a nice restaurant. And you want to take them to the floor?
So we got to the restaurant, and the host said, your party's running a little bit late, just have a seat. And they brought us to a table for 4, and I said, Adam, I was like, where do you want to sit? And he said, why don't we sit over here? And he pointed to the table in the corner, and it was just for 2, and it was covered in rose petals, and it had glasses of champagne, and it had a picture of us.
So in our heart, we were in the
You know,
heart.
and even when we walked over, I didn't quite see all of that yet. I just kind of didn't really get what was going on. I sat
She
down,
just sits
like,
down at
next
the table,
to-
like, all right, where's the menu?
He's like, stand up. And I was like, okay. So I stood up, and then he just started, you know, he said, the past 5 years have been the most amazing years of my life. And then
she zoned out.
speech, but I don't remember what he said. So he just,
Did he get on his hands and knees in the
so
restaurant?
then
In front of all the people?
he just talked for a few minutes, and I was just kept interrupting. I kept saying, right now? Right now? Are you serious?
She kept interrupting, she kept sitting down. And I'm trying to like stand up and listen. I've been practicing this.
So then we finally got down on one knee, and I sat down at the same time. He's like, stand up. and then, so he asked me to marry him, and I said yes, and he didn't hear me the first time.
Because I was like this too.
And then he's like, you know, you have to answer.
I was down on my knees for like an extra 10 seconds. Gotta get up. Please
I was
answer.
like, yes, I said yes. So then there were people in the restaurant, and they were
There were always
cheering.
people.
Aww.
They all know what was going on.
And they brought over, you know, the champagne. It was all very nice.
And then they were very accommodating, very nice. You could take your time, and you know, I sat down, and you know, I couldn't even look at the menu. Like, I was like, I don't even know what's on here.
It was really ridiculous. She has the menu and she couldn't read it.
So then we like tried to finally ordered something. It ended up being good. So that was good. And then they took us.
Did Shara come?
And then
She didn't know. Oh.
Wait, there's more of the surprise.
So then
Oh, you guys know the rest.
So then he gave me a card, which was a really nice card, and in the card there was an itinerary for the rest of our trip, and we were supposed to go back to Atlanta yesterday. As far as I knew, we were going back to Atlanta. And on the itinerary it said, you know, tonight we'll celebrate, you know, and then what we'll do tomorrow, and then for Saturday, instead of a flight back to Atlanta, it was a flight to Fort Lauderdale.
Aww.
And
Well,
as soon as
as you're reading it.
I'm reading it, you know, I had made arrangements for my friend to pick us up from the airport in Atlanta. So I was thinking in my head, I have to call Michelle and tell her not to pick us up. And right underneath it, it says, yes, Michelle knows.
That's the
I know her very well.
well.
Her first thought is
That's the
always
funniest.
about something like that.
So then, and underneath it, it said dinner with the Dinkers and the Goldbergs, which was last night. We went out to dinner. And then brunch today. The Dinkers,
Romantic, got on there.
And then,
I know you've been good guy.
Did you have a card just in case you said no to
You know, that's a good question. I was not prepared for that.
What did he say?
I don't know what kind of
Oh,
story
no,
it is.
Wait a minute, I want to know what happened to Sharon Lee.
And then I said, I'm
They never
assuming,
showed up.
I said, I'm assuming they're not coming at this point. And then he said, yeah, they're not coming, but we're gonna walk down. The restaurant was right down the street from where they live, so we walked by the apartment and
Said hi.
saw them for a little bit. So,
Mark,
and
you
then-
said that.
And then also when we
Oh.
got back to the hotel room, it was all decorated.
Oh, they did that there too?
There was a bottle of champagne and strawberries.
Flowers,
Flowers everywhere. And
So
I
nice.
don't mind it.
Take
Alright.
it, is that your garden? Take it.
And that's all we want to know up to that point.
And then after that, we don't want to know.
Alright, let's turn off the video and tell me